Hello everybody and welcome to Cranimal Gaming. Thank you guys so very much for joining up. Today we're going to be doing our tutorials for the first Minecraft Monday of the month. If there is any specific tutorials, you guys can let me know, and if I can get around to them, we'll definitely work on that, or at least answer questions and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm trying to record videos. I'm trying to record videos for actual additional content. For edited tutorials and stuff like that, so you guys just get to see it live, which is kind of cool, and to be able to interact as much. But when I'm recording, I'm probably not going to be able to react as much because I'm trying to get my sentences out and stuff, but there will be breaks in between where I'll be like checking chat and making sure to answer questions and stuff like that. If you guys do like the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new and would like to see more content like this. We will be back building Cinderella's castle next Monday, and we'll be able to continue working on what we're doing. Alright, so the reason why we didn't really get a lot of tutorials up the last month, because we did quite a few. We did the one over here with the walls and the stairs kind of deal, which I might be able to use that. I haven't really looked at that very much. Then we have our sugarcane farm over here, which I feel like I can actually do something better than this. So we're going to try to do something better. And then when I was trying to edit my iron farm, it was not going so well. So I kind of feel like I need to rebuild this completely. I'm not going to tear this down. We'll just go in another direction away from the section here, and we'll be fine. But, you know, we'll hopefully get there. Probably have a deep voice because I just woke up and I'm tired and I don't know. It's like I just woke up and I didn't sleep very well last night, so I'm sorry. But I'm going to do my best. Hopefully my voice will wiggle its way out of my tired voice sound. Okay, so what to work on first? I think we're going to try something easier. I'm not going to go straight into my iron farm. I think we're going to rebuild this right here. Because I feel like I could do that a little bit better. Plus we can create like an automatic system of creating the sugarcane to make it go a little bit faster. So what we're going to need for this right here, let's go ahead and get our materials out and we'll talk about it. Okay, so materials, and I'm going to use basically what you would find in your world, you know what I mean? So we need regular dirt blocks, which we'll talk about this again. I need to do it as if I'm going to record it, not just pulling it out or whatever. That was the hard part. It's like I would be in the mid-sentence kind of state whenever I was, like I was talking, and then I would stop halfway, and then I'd start talking again. It was so annoying. So I'm really going to work on getting my recordings down here and having it so I don't have to cut it so often. Alright, where in the world are water bottles? Maybe it's near the potion section. Where's the potion section? It'd be in here. Yes, okay. Technically you only need one, so we're just going to go with one. Okay. Gonna need okay, we're gonna need that, we're gonna need that. I like using these. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have these, obviously, but need that, we're gonna need this. What else are we gonna need? We're gonna need these. We're gonna need sugarcane. I had a lot of the stuff already in my inventory here. Try to think, make sure I got everything that I need. Plus, we're gonna need. Try to think with our automated system that I'm thinking about. Where is everyone? I don't know. It is pretty early, honestly, like comparative to when I normally start streaming. Let's see here. No, why do I keep pushing the wrong button here? Okay, we're gonna need a bucket of water. I mean, technically, you need 2 buckets of water for an automatic or like a infinite water source. Yep, there we go. And dispenser. I mean, technically you could use like a lot of dispensers in this kind of situation, but we're just going to do one just to kind of get our point across here. Okay. Just try to figure out the system of where we're actually going to be building the dispenser. Because we have the dispenser. We're going to probably need some redstone repeaters. And where are they? Is it redstone in here? No? Oh, there they are. Let's grab these anyway, just to be on the safe side. We might need those. Who knows? Okay. So I feel like this might be all that we need. Probably need actually like a full stack of hoppers though. Alright, so take 2 of a sugarcane farm. Let's see if I can do this. Meow. There you go, you got your phrase of the day. Your clip, your whatever you want to call it. I don't know. All right, hello everybody. We're gonna be no. How do I want to start the video off? You know, like the intro of an edited tutorial video. Hello everybody, and welcome to Caranimal Gaming. Today we're gonna be talking about how to create an infinite source of sugarcane by building this by building this automatic farm. See, and then I'm like, not good at this kind of stuff. I don't mind doing like all these live streams, but I want to make content like this, and then all of a sudden it starts raining, you know, like what the heck, dude. Okay, I got this. Clear. Please stop raining. Ruining my shot here. I need a script. Yeah, that's probably what I should be doing, is writing up a script. Sometimes it's like reading a script makes me sound very like I've like read things before, which I'm gonna probably like read some stuff later on when it comes to like the iron farm, because there is a lot of information like that I would read, but it's like I sound different when I'm reading versus just doing it prompt to. So it's like, I don't know, part of me likes it, part of me doesn't. Probably just being self-critical, who knows. Alright, hello everybody and welcome to Caranimal Gaming. This is a tutorial on how to build a unlimited automatic sugarcane farm that is very easy and something that you're going to need in your world if you want something like rockets, or if you need paper for books. Sugarcane's the way that you'd like or sugarcane is the way to go. Especially, I mean, you can make sugar to do potions. I mean, there's so many things that we could use sugarcane for. So let's go ahead and get started on this tutorial. The things that you're going to need for the basic tutorial is going to be dirt, a glass bottle, some hoppers, some glass. I like using sea lanterns, but you don't have to use sea lanterns. You could just use glass just to keep it all enclosed. We need some observers, not necessarily this many. We need redstone and not this few. We do need some blocks. We need some stair pieces of your choice. We do need some pistons, some sugar cane, a couple buckets of water, so that way we can create an infinite water source. And then for the later on version for an automatic growth is we're going to need some comparators, some redstone repeaters, some redstone torches, a dispenser, and then some bone meal. We're going to get into that in the later part of this video of how to make it automatic and something that could be well, I mean, it's already automatic, so no, what we're doing is in the later part of the video when we talk about this. No, that's not right. Okay. In the later part of the video, we're going to be talking about how we can use this. In the later part of the video, we're going to be talking about how we can use the dispenser to create a way to grow the sugarcane way faster in an almost automatic sense by dispensing bone meal into the farm. And this could be expanded, or it could be an individual farm, like basically just one stalk of sugarcane. If you guys would like to do something like that to keep it really condensed in your world or in your house or base or however you want to do it. This would be a really condensed way of doing it, and it'd be really easy to put pretty much anywhere. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at what we got. So, first off, let's get over here actually. Maybe I need my stuff. I guess we could do it. I can't break this because if I break it, then it'll just disappear. There we go. Okay, let's move this over here. Oh, crap. I forgot that when you're in creative, like when you place a shulker box, it just duplicates it. Okay. Let's keep that over here. Alright, so for the basic farm, let's go ahead and grab our stuff, our basic things out of here. And then we'll come back and do the a little bit more complex, but yet, but honestly, like probably the more complex but better solution when it comes to a more condensed farm. Probably not going to need any of that right there, but whatever. Okay. So to start this farm, basically you have a point of wherever you want the inventory to be directed to, and that's the great thing about these hoppers is you can basically funnel this into any automatic sorter or spot in which you want it to go. For now, we're just going to have this as like the point of interest or the point of where the inventory is going to go. This could go into a chest system, it can go into anything that you want. But this is going to be the point of where we're bringing all the inventory. From there, we want to put the hoppers directly into the other hopper and then just make a line. This could go as far as you want it to. It could be big, it could be small, however you want it to be. For this video, we're just going to keep it about this size right here. Pretty small, pretty compact. But when it comes to sugarcane, something that you guys do need to know and understand is that it takes a long time to grow typically. It's something that is not very fast, but having this farm in your world somewhere close to where you spend a majority of your time, the sugarcane will start growing and you'll have a surplus of sugarcane before you even know it. You know, you're working on another project, you're doing something, all of a sudden your inventory is just completely full of sugarcane. But let's go ahead and get to the next step. The next step is all you have to do is put some dirt over the top of your hoppers. However far or however wide, however whatever, this is what you'd want to do for your main. Man, that's really screwed up. However long or however big you want the farm, you need to put some dirt over the top of this. Then the next step is you want to get to one side or the other. Wherever you want your pistons to be pushing from one direction to the other is the same side that you want to put your stairs. First, you want to start with the stair piece coming off the side here, and then you want to bend it around so it creates this little corner piece, and then bring the staircases all the way to the other side. And then on the last piece, you want to come and face the other direction so it bends the other direction as well. Alright, so now that you have this, all you have to do is fill in this section of stairs with water. You can come over somewhere close to where you're at and create an automatic, and to create an unlimited source of water, all you have to do is put one water bucket into one side of the corner, or one corner. Okay, let's see here. All you have to do to create an infinite water source is create a 2x2 hole, and then put one water bucket on one corner and put the other water bucket on the other corner. It will create a infinite water source, and all you have to do is pick up the water from one corner or the other, and there you go. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. See, I'm gonna look back at that and go, look, oh my gosh, dude, that sounds so stupid. Anyway, that's all you got to do. After you got your infinite water source, all you have to do is come over here and fill in your stair pieces. And then from here, you're gonna grab your glass bottle. And you're going to take that glass bottle and fill it with your water right here. Okay, why is it not working? Pretty sure you could do that. Apparently not. Really? You can't get water source out of... Oh, that's dumb. Man, I thought that would have been an easy fix. Anyway, you're going to grab your water bottle and go to your infinite water source and get your water from there. And then come through here and put water in every single dirt spot to make it mud. Or you can create the mud and then use or place the mud. Honestly, I thought that you were able to get the water out of here. It would have been a little bit easier to go back and forth. I seriously don't understand why they wouldn't let you fill up a water thing from here. That doesn't make any sense. I swear you were able to do that before. Oh well. Okay. Well, that's something new. Something I learned new. Hey Jacob. Hey Iron Wolf. When I'm recording, I'm trying really hard to just focus on what I'm recording on, so I don't have to edit it down so bad. But that's what most of today is about. Okay. Next step. Alright, so the next step after you got these dirt blocks turned into mud is all you need to do is put a layer of glass around the outside of your mud blocks. At this point, I would suggest, honestly, probably immediately or as quickly as you can, or as quickly as it's ready, make sure that you're putting your sugar cane in there so it could start growing right away, because like I said before, it's going to take a long time for it to grow. Stinking rain, man. Oh, it's a thunderstorm even. Get rid of here. Get rid of here, man. I'm really struggling today. I should have stayed in bed. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So now that we got that layer of glass around the sugarcane and the sugarcane is starting to grow, what I like to do is put a couple sea lanterns, if you got them, on the side here, just to kind of make it look a little bit brighter, put a little light onto the farm, stuff like that. But if you don't have those, it's not a big deal. I do recommend, I think, having some sort of light around your farm, though. I believe it does help, especially if you're like in an enclosed area. Alright, so after we got that done, the next thing you're going to want to do is put a layer of pistons facing the direction of your sugarcane. And then after you put the pistons in, you want to enclose this whole area, so that way none of the sugarcane is going to end up falling out. On the piston side, what you're going to want to do is get a couple of observers. Depending on how many observers you want to put in here, I recommend having at least 2 to 3 observers, so that way there's going to be multiple stalks of sugarcane that's going to trigger this farm, and then fill in the rest of this with glass. Now that you have something that looks like this, you're going to come to the back side of the sugarcane farm where the pistons are at, and put a layer of blocks across the back of the pistons. After that, all you have to do is put a line of redstone dust across the back side, and you are good to go. This is an automatic sugarcane farm, very easy to build. Does use some resources, but I mean, it's worth it to have something like this in your world. Again, if you're wanting paper for rockets, paper for books, sugar for potions, lots of different things that sugarcane is used for, and it's nice to have available. If you want to make a more compact version of this where you can use bone meal, that's what we're going to build next. This one's kind of the more advanced and more condensed version. So let's go ahead and get that going over here. Alright, so like the other farm, we're going to need a point of interest or point of wherever the inventory is going to go. We can build it out a couple blocks away. And this farm, all you're going to need is the 1 dirt block, because we're just going to have it condensed down to 1 sugarcane. And then what you're going to want to do is... Let's see here. Because we're not going to be able to curve that around, so... Alright, so for the water source block, all you're going to do is put a stair piece and enclose that stair piece on both sides with a regular block. Then you're going to grab a bucket of water, put that bucket of water into the stair piece so it can actually saturate this dirt block. You're going to grab the water bottle and turn this into mud, or you can place mud to begin with, your choice. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cover the bottom layer with glass, leaving one side open for a dispenser. We're going to grab the dispenser. I don't know exactly what we're going to need on this, but let's just grab it all. All right, and then you want to place that dispenser facing inward. And then let's go ahead and get that sugarcane growing so we can you know, get that working on. See, like things like this, like I look back going, oh my gosh, dude, you sound so dumb. All right, and then on the one side of the sugarcane, probably pretty close to this dispenser, you could probably go the other direction. We're gonna try this way to start and see how it goes. So what you're gonna need is one piston coming towards the sugarcane, and then you're gonna want to put the observer facing towards the sugarcane, little face towards the sugarcane. I kind of didn't say that over here, but like kind of need the faces to be towards the sugarcane so it can observe it. Alright, so now that we have the observer, the piston, the dispenser, what we're going to do is cover this whole section up with glass. Technically you don't need the corner pieces if you don't want to. And then what we're going to do is we're going to close it off on the top so you have something that looks like this. Now on top of the dispenser we're going to need a piston, or not piston, we're going to need a hopper on top of the dispenser to put in our bone mill. On the back of the piston we're going to need a regular block, and we're going to need the one redstone dust to trigger that observer to get the piston to fire off there. Okay, so now that we have this system built, you know, I had this all right in my head. Let's see here. Hey Easton, how's it going? How to make a nice house like on Fortnite, or that's cool, dude. Struggles for 4 hours. Honestly, I'm not struggling. It's just, it is what it is, man. Okay, let me think here. I'm thinking that what we need to do is actually create a clock in here to basically get this to go off whenever we put bone meal in here. That'd be the way to go. I was gonna have it so it like triggered it, like whenever it. No, I think this will work better actually. Okay. So to create a, let's get our pieces in our inventory here. Alright, so for this dispenser to fire off whenever there's an item in here, then all you need to do is put a comparator facing out, and then you need to have a redstone repeater facing out from the comparator, and a redstone repeater facing into this solid block next to the dispenser. And all you have to do is put a line of redstone dust around the outside, and that's all you need to do to create this clock or this system to turn on or off this dispenser whenever we put items in here. Now all we have to do is put a line of, seriously, like this is like the second thunderstorm, dude. Okay, weather clear again. Okay, so now that we got this clock built, all we need to do is kind of run a line of hoppers out to wherever it is that you need a line of hoppers. After we build the clock, all you're going to want to do is build a line of hoppers coming out from wherever direction you want the bone meal to come in from. Again, this could be from any source. You can have it piped out from whatever direction, wherever your bone meal is coming from, into this section, and then place a piece of glass right over the top of this so it can actually protect the items from coming out. And that's all you need. And from here on, all you have to do is add your bone meal to this and it'll start growing. Let's go ahead and check it out. Bone meal. Where's bone meal? And this clock will only be running as long as there's an item inside our dispenser. So as soon as the dispenser is completely dry of bone meal, then it will stop. And then all you'll be left with is your sugar cane. Yep, the dispenser's run out, and that's all it is. Well, thank you very much for watching my sugarcane tutorial. Hopefully this has been helpful for you in your world. If you guys do like the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, would like to see more content. Let me know in the comments below if there's any tutorials that you guys would like to see me do. Let me know in the comments below if there's any tutorials that you guys would like to see here on the channel. Other than that, have a good one, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. I feel like that's okay. I need to take a quick break though, unfortunately. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Alright. I am back. Sorry about that. Guess who's watching Rio? Okay, so next tutorial. I feel like that one was like one that I was like, okay, I thought about this. I was like, you know, this could be something that could be helpful. Which is, how is it that, how did we only get 64 sugarcane though? I mean, we put in a whole stack of bone meal. I feel like we need to test something out. Something's wrong here. So that should give us 2. Yeah, 2. Let's see here. So that was a total of 9. Okay, we need to get rid of, like... Sorry, we gotta fix this out. Fix this up. Fix this. Yeah. I want to make sure it's actually working right before I... Seriously, how often does it rain in this freaking world? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That should give us... That should give us 6, so we should have 16 at the end of this. Yeah, it's like misfiring and missing one. So let's go ahead and tick this out a little bit. 1, 2, 3. So we should get 6, so we should have 20. Let's try that. Alright, alright. One, 2, 3. Let's try this again with maybe... So that should give us 10, right? So that put us in 30. There we go. Okay. So... Alright, when it comes to this clock for the bone meal, you're going to need to set the repeaters to 1 tick on each of these in order to slow down... Let me start that over. I hate my uhs and ums and whatever it is. Alright. For this redstone clock, you're going to want to set your redstone repeaters to 1 tick on each of these repeaters to slow down the dispenser, so that way it's not misusing the bone meal. Gosh, I hate that. I'm gonna hate the way that sounds. Take 3. For this redstone clock, you're going to need to set your redstone repeaters to 1 tick each. That way it'll slow down the dispenser and not use up some bone meal in between shots, and to maximize your sugarcane yields. Is that the right word? Like, take 3, take 4, whatever it is. Okay. For this, okay, so for this redstone clock, you're gonna For this redstone clock, you're going to need to set your redstone repeaters to 1 tick each. That way it'll slow down the usage of your dispenser. So that way you're not... No, I don't... Usage? Like, who says that? Freaking A, dude. I swear. It's like who's actually like listening to these videos? Like freaking professors and like freaking universities? No, like what the flip? Like why do I have to sound like... Anyway, sorry, I'm like pissing myself off. So I'm gonna be like editing this going like, oh my gosh, you sound like such a freaking idiot right now. You speak Chinese? Okay. Cool, dude. I mean, is Chinese the actual language? Is there an actual Chinese language, or is it like Mandarin and like there's other dialects? Like I can't remember. All right, let me get this straight here. Ugh. Last take, hopefully. All right, for this farm and this redstone clock, you're gonna need to set your redstone repeaters to 1 tick each. That way it'll slow down the dispenser, so that way we're not misusing some of our bone meal that's put in here, and every single bone meal will be giving us at least 2 sugarcane in total. That way we can maximize our yields for our sugarcane and not miss out on some of the bone meal that we're going to be feeding into this system. Um, yeah, I could fit that in somewhere. All right, that worked pretty well. All right, let's get on to the next thing. It's already been like 45 minutes. Well, honestly, 45 minutes of editing is not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, do I want to tackle the iron farm again? Ugh. I do want to make the iron farm video. That's the thing. Like, I want to be able to get that done. It's just kind of an annoying project. Okay. So now let's get our items for the iron farm. Let's get rid of all this stuff. This is like the easiest way, I swear, to get rid of some stuff. And we're gonna need that anyway. We need that. Gonna need that. Possibly that. Beds. Okay, how do I do this? Here we go. It's like I just want to get rid of some of these items. Logo beat up your friend, huh? That doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound like Logo would do something like that. No way, no how. Alright, so we're gonna need... What else are we gonna need? Building blocks, we need some water buckets. We're gonna need villagers. Keep doing that same thing. Okay, we need magma cubes. Lava. signs. And what else do we need? What else do we need? I think I'm gonna go with some stairs. Alright. Hopefully we have everything. If we don't, then we'll figure it out as we go. Hey Dark, how's it going? Are you talking about the eclipse? I didn't even know that there was going to be an eclipse, and then I woke up and watched a couple TikToks and everybody's like talking about it. I'm like, oh, okay, there's solar eclipse happening today. Didn't even know. Alright. See you later, Dark. Appreciate having you. Alright, so let's go and get started. What the heck? Oh. Okay, I kind of don't want you in here, because last thing we need is you messing with... You know, what are the chances of, like, so many nitwits, you know... Alright, whatever. And again, it's raining. You know, go figure. It rains again. Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to Cranimal Gaming. Thank you guys so very much for joining up on this video today. If you guys remember from our last tutorial video, or one of our last tutorial videos, we had the villager breeder. Now we're going to turn this villager breeder into an iron farm to be able to get unlimited iron in your world. And it's pretty simple. It does take a little bit of time, but I'm going to try to simplify it as much as I possibly can so it's as easy as possible for you guys in your guys' world to create these iron farms. The hardest part is collecting the villagers. It does take a long time to allow them to turn into adults. It takes a decent amount of time. So you might want to expand your beds here for the villager breeder, so when you come back there's tons of villagers here waiting for you. Other than that, what you're going to want to do is create a cart system from your villager breeder all the way to wherever it is that you're going to be having your iron farm. The other way that you could do it is by curing 2 zombie villagers in that area which, you know, you're trying to build it, you know, and that kind of works when it comes to building an iron farm that might be a little bit more difficult to get a villager to, or it's like really far away from wherever village you're at or whatever. You could definitely cure a villager and create that village that way for your iron farm. It just takes a lot longer and you kind of have to get lucky, plus you have to have the materials in order to cure the villager, which is a golden apple and a potion of weakness that has the splash effect on it. So those are the kind of complex things when it comes to curing the villagers. But if you have a village nearby and you're able to breed the villagers this way, it might be a lot easier for you. For your iron farm, you need to be at least 100 blocks away from any other village. This having a bed and a village linked to this bed creates this as a village spot, which means that you need to be at least 100 blocks away from any other village, this one being included. So we're gonna head, let's see here, we got -10 is this one, so we need to go at least, what, +90 at least this direction for it to work. So this would be like the closest that you could be. I usually like giving myself a little bit more wiggle room and going out a little bit further, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so something that we need to understand when it comes to building an iron farm is the spawning mechanics of an iron golem. That's one of the biggest things that you're going to need to know. So let's go ahead and figure out what those spawning mechanics are and talk about it. Let me pull up my information here real quick so I have it correctly. There we go. Okay, spawning. Why does this look different than the last time I looked at it? It's weird. There you go, Bedrock edition. Okay. So when it comes to the Bedrock edition, an iron golem can spawn naturally when a village first generates in the world. However, when we're trying to build an iron farm, we kind of have to create our own village. So an iron golem also will spawn in a village having at least 20 beds and 10 villagers. The golem attempts to spawn in a 17 by 13 by 17 volume, or an 8 block horizontal by 6 block vertical section. So let's go ahead and figure out what that actually looks like. Let's get a visual. Give me 1 second. Let's grab some glass here. And let's get a center point. Let's do something with light, I think. One, two. Alright, so we're going to look at this sea lantern right here as the pillow of the first bed placed, or the center point of the village. An iron golem will spawn 8 blocks horizontally from this square and 6 blocks vertically, up and down. So what we got to do is create kind of a box of how this is going to look. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be good for the visual effect later. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. which means if we actually put the bed right there, that center point, it would actually spawn the iron golems here on the bottom ground level. So we'd want to go up a little bit higher than that. That's right. Almost done with this part. Okay, so to get an idea on... Is that the right way I want to say that? Okay. So here's a visual on how the iron golem will spawn into the world based off of this being the pillow of the first bed placed when it comes to creating a village. So you have a 6-block vertical up and down from that position, and then 8 blocks coming out, which means that from that pillow an iron golem can spawn anywhere inside this radius, which means I'm pretty sure that it also includes possibly this top block. So you have to be really careful of how you're building your iron farm to make sure that the spawns are going to go directly where you want them to go. And that's what this part is important for, is by actually creating the kill chamber for the iron golems to make sure that we're putting them exactly where that we want them to go. So having this in mind, now where I have this bed right here, I kind of want it to go up at least 1 block because I do not want them to accidentally spawn on this ground level. And this right here actually allows this to be a spawnable site for the iron golem. So we do want to go up at least 1 block higher from the ground to make sure that we're not placing it in the wrong direction. So we got what, negative I believe that's like negative 54, so negative 53 is probably where we want to put our bed for the iron golem, or for the farm, or I don't know, I'm struggling. Negative 53 is where we're going to want to put our bed to start our village, in order to make it so the iron golems do not spawn on the floor level. So that's what we're going to do over here. But that kind of gives you an idea of how the iron golem is going to spawn in, and we're going to use this information to create our kill chamber. So over here, we're just going to kind of go directly to the side here. We're going to create our kill chamber using some of the materials that we have. Actually, we didn't even go through the materials that we're going to need. Alright, for this farm, you're going to need a decent amount of blocks of any choice, whichever blocks you guys like to create your farm out of. We need at least 20 beds, but we'll talk about that a little bit more, because I'm just all over the place. Alright, the materials that you're going to need for this farm is you're going to need a couple stacks of blocks of your choice. We need a lot of beds. We need some water source blocks, at least 2 of them, to create an unlimited water source block. Your choice between slabs or leaves when it comes to canceling out some of the spawn sites, or using it for a platform where you can walk on that's not going to spawn the iron golems. We have powered rails and regular rails. We're going to need minecart, villagers, signs, lava buckets, magma blocks, and some stairs, which is kind of optional, honestly, with the stairs, but I'm going to do something different on this one. And then we're also going to need some hoppers. Forgot that. Because what farm isn't a farm without hoppers, right? Yeah, we're going to need hoppers. Okay. And it's raining again. Why is it always raining in this friggin'... Like, why... Can I turn this off? Like, the weather... And it's a thunderstorm again. Like, how often does thunderstorms happen? Let me see if I can turn this off. It's getting annoying. Always day... Where's weather? Weather cycle. There we go. Turn that off. There. Gosh dang. Hey, Eubins. Alright. So the first thing... By the way, it was like, alright! Screaming at me. Alright, to create the kill chamber for the iron golems, you're going to need to grab your blocks and magma cubes and some hoppers so we know where the items are going to get dropped into. We're going to go a couple blocks higher than where we want our bed to be. So we want it to be at negative 54 in this case. So we're going to need to go up a little bit higher than that. So let's go ahead and go up to... Let's go negative 50. It's a round, good round, even number. We'll do that. So at this level, what we're going to do is create at least a platform of like 3 blocks by about, let's say, I mean, you could make this as big as you want. That fits inside this area right here, but I'm just going to make it very simple and compact, using basically the amount of blocks it takes for a water source to push in one direction. So this right here, this is going to be your back area of your kill chamber. And then you're going to need at least 3 blocks wide for spawnable sections of them to, you know, spawn on. The magma cubes, they cannot spawn on top of magma cubes, or at least that's what I've kind of seen lately. If they do, it's very, very rarely comparative to the regular solid blocks. But the magma cubes is to help speed up the process of them dying so we can get more iron. So I'm going to go ahead and put another 5 layers. Let's see here. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe it's 8 for a water source. Let's see here. Maybe it's 7. Let me double check. Make sure I got this right. Yeah, okay. Alright, so when creating the kill chamber, I'm going to go out 10 blocks. You could probably even go smaller than this, but I'm going to go out 10 blocks by 8 blocks 3 blocks for them to spawn on, and then the majority of this, which is going to be an additional 5 blocks right here of magma cubes. The magma cubes is just to help speed up the process of them dying, so they take more damage a lot faster. So that way it continues, or helps to continue the spawn rate of the iron golems. After you got this main section built, you're just going to want to put a layer of blocks all the way around it, so that way they will not get out, and go up about 4 blocks high on each side. Okay. And then after you have this section built out, what you're going to want to do is either place leaves or a half slab on top of here, just to eliminate the chances of any spawns of either iron golems or other mobs that you don't want spawning up here on the top. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and use my leaves. And it'll look something like this. Now what you're going to want to do is create a system of hoppers to collect the items that are going to be dropped. I hate that you can't like crouch in the air while you're in creative in order to do this. Alright, so again, you don't necessarily have to have the hopper going into the magma cube block here. This is just where the items are gonna go. You could take this hopper system and put it anywhere to whatever inventory space that you'd like. You could put a chest right here for it to be collected. Be creative. Do whatever it is that wherever you need this or guide. Gosh, what am I saying? So I placed a hopper right here on the outside of the farm. This hopper system could be directed into any inventory area that you have in your world. It does not have to be here. It could be guided to an automatic system or automatic sorter. However you want it to work, but this is where the drops are going to end up. And then you're going to want to put a line of hoppers going from all the way from this side all the way to the other side. If you're in survival, then all you need to do is crouch on top of these magma cubes, and you're not going to have an issue with hurting yourself. Alright, so now that you have our hoppers all the way across here, we're going to grab some stairs and place stairs upside down over the top of the hoppers, so the items will have a room for... Okay, I'm going to say that over again. Seriously, cannot do two things at the same time, I swear. Alright, so now that we have our hopper system put into place, all we have to do is put some stairs upside down over the top of the hoppers. That way the items will be able to still get into the hopper system right here, and nothing will get stuck into those hoppers. On top of the stair piece, we're just going to close it off with some more blocks all the way up to our original area. if you guys do want to put like glass or something like that so you guys could see into your kill chamber here, that's perfectly fine, and it's not going to negatively affect your farm. Okay, let's put some leaves over the top of this, and there we go. Now once we have that all done, we need to come back through here and add some water source blocks. That way the iron golems will start to get pushed into our kill chamber section over here. Signs. Alright, so after we have the water pushing towards the hoppers, and you're going to know that you did it right when the water stops right there and it looks really good. What we're going to want to do is put some signs on the bottom section right here. Wait a minute. Now how do we want to do this? Just can't put signs right there. Maybe I didn't think this through. Hey, let's try it, see what happens. Alright, so we're going to put signs going all the way on the second layer of the back wall here. Maybe I'll say it after I put the signs up. Alright, so the first step is we're going to be... Okay, this actually bugs me. Do that. Alright, so with our signs, we're going to make a layer of signs that go across the back wall right above the stairs. And then we're going to also be placing a sign coming across one layer, like one up and one to the side. It's like I'm trying to push my character here. Okay. So after we got the signs placed on the back, we're going to want to go out one and up one, and then place signs going all the way across. Alright, so now that you got something that looks like this, you're going to want to go in about a couple blocks and place a lava source block right in there and there. That'll spread out, and this will allow the iron golems to come over here and get hit with the lava, because they are 3 blocks high, and it will increase them. It'll increase the time in which they're going to die, which will help the spawn rates go a lot faster. So now that we have our kill chamber completely built up, ready to go, now we need to create where we're going to be placing our beds, as well as where we're going to be placing our villagers. And during this time, what you're going to want is to gradually go back and check on your villagers, make sure that they're growing up, or you could start getting them to like travel over to this area and have them growing up in between us building this would be a good idea. I really didn't say that right. Like, I swear, like, I'm like listening to myself going, does that even make sense? I do have a suggestion. Let's see here. How would somebody say this? Something that you can do while you're building this kill chamber is start getting your villagers from your villager breeder over to this area so that they can start growing up while you're building this. That way it'll maximize the time in which you have... Maximize the time? No, it's like what I'm trying to say is like you're trying to kill two birds with one stone, you know what I mean? Maximize your time. You want to like... Anyway, I don't know. Probably not going to use that. Okay, so what level is this here? Alright, so that's good. Not that this matters, it's just bugging me. Alright, so on the back part of our kill chamber here, or you could do it on the front part, it really doesn't matter which side you're really putting this on. I try to put the beds as closest to our spawn site as possible, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're within that boxed radius of the spawn site. But let's go ahead and create a platform for our beds. Now these beds could be placed underneath here like this. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. As long as you have enough beds for the villagers that you have. So let's go ahead and talk about the amount of villagers that we need to spawn an iron golem. It takes 10 villagers linked to beds and being within their job site or working every single day. At least 75% of them need to be working every single day to be able to spawn one iron golem. The spawn rates increases by every 10 villagers that you have, all the way up to 40 villagers, so you can have a chance of getting up to 4 iron golems in your farm. So that means that if you want more iron golems, you need to have more villagers, but the minimum that you're going to need is at least 10. For this farm, we're going to go ahead and go with 20 just to get it to work, or to see at least a little bit more rates. So you're going to need at least 20 beds for this farm, but you can have a maximum of up to 40. So right here, let's see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cut this one out. Alright, so for this platform we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 4, which is going to give us enough room for the 20 beds that we're looking for. Again, if you're wanting to expand this out and get more villagers in here, all you have to do is increase this by double. So just by going out by 8 by 10 platform for the beds. Make sure that your beds are not being placed too close to the ground, or the iron golems are going to spawn to the ground. So let's go ahead and double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the beds are going to be up at least a couple blocks higher than the ground, which is good. But before we place our beds, we do not want we want to be able to have a villager that actually links to that first bed that's placed. So what we're going to do is create our area for our villagers first. So we're going to come out at least 1, 2, let's go ahead and go with 3 blocks. And this is going to need at least a spot for a villager every other block. So this would need to be out about At least 40? I don't know. Let's see here. So if we have one there. I mean, you could be creative when it comes to placing your villagers, you know, however you want it. I create my iron farms so that way I can actually trade with my villagers. It makes it a little bit, it makes the iron farm a little bit more usable when it comes to trying to trade and get other items from my villagers. Or you can even create a trading hall with villagers that actually trade the iron for emeralds to be able to get more emeralds in your world if that's what you're trying to go for. Lots of things you can do. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so now that we have kind of an area for each of our villagers, we're going to need this to be at least high enough so the villagers won't fall out. A villager is 2 by 1 block space, so what we need to do is make sure that the space is at least 2 blocks high, and then it will have a roof over the top of it once we get the villager in there. But for now, we're just going to create the 2 high platform so that way we can get all these villagers in here. Okay. You know, a couple of things I didn't grab was glass and workstations. That's other things we're gonna need. Maybe that's what like a lot of YouTubers do, is they'll actually like use up their inventory or materials and then later be like, this is what you're gonna need. I don't know. Who knows the tricks that they're using, right? I am sorry that I'm not addressing. I feel like you guys are kind of on your own venture in the chat, so I'll try to keep checking on chat and stuff. But right now, it's like mostly I'm just trying to get the recording done without as many issues. Okay, where's glass? I think it'd be in this section. Maybe not. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, it's over here, that's why. Alright, so now that we have this section for our villagers, what I like to do is I grab a thing of glass and go up to the second block high and just put a layer of glass going all the way across. This way we can actually see the villagers when we start trying to link them to their job sites, and their job sites are going to be on the lower block section, so we're going to need that open for them. You don't necessarily have to use glass, but I think glass will actually help a lot when it comes to actually seeing the green particles that come off of them when they link to their workstation. Plus, to be able to just see them in general would be a lot better idea in my opinion. So that's what I use, is just a glass to be able to see what I'm doing. Alright, so now that you have your glass placed, now it's just time to get the villagers into where they need to go. Something that will help is just having one additional layer up on the top of here. That way it's a little bit easier to nudge them in or have them fall in. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now that you have something like this, to be able to get the villagers up here, all you're going to do is basically make a staircase and some railing to be able to get your villagers up here. If you have an additional layer of blocks out like this, then you don't have to have a ramp that goes up to each and every single one of them. All you have to do is make a staircase from this one side. So now that you have that staircase on the one side, all you have to do is place some rails coming up through here. You are going to probably need some power rails just to make it a little bit easier, which is just some gold sticks and some redstone to be able to create these. Connect the centerpiece with some regular rails. Put a little bit of a bend to go wherever it is that you're wanting to go. And then underneath where you have your power rails, just remove one of your blocks and place a torch, redstone torch. Now that you have your rails all placed, then all you need to do is grab your minecart, place it on the rail of wherever it is that you're coming from, and then nudge. I forgot. Nudge your villager into the minecart, and off they go. You can then remove the minecart from the villager to use for other villagers and move them all into their places. And then once you're up here, all you have to do is remove the one rail and have it go on to the next one, so on and so forth until you have this entire thing full of your villagers. Something that you cannot have in your iron farm is these nitwit villagers, which are going to be identified with these green shirts. They do not work, and they don't have any kind of purpose when it comes to an iron farm. It can actually make your iron farm worse. So you need to make sure to take these guys out. That's much better. Alright, so now that you have your villagers in their spots where they need to go, then you can just remove your railing and the additional block. But you want to leave the glass in place until we get their job sites linked up and their roofs put on so they cannot get out. Right now, what you could do is put a solid block over the top of each of your villagers. Putting the block over the top of your villager will make it so once the job sites are placed, then they're not going to be able to get out of their area, and they'll be stuck in there. The hard part of this whole thing is linking these job sites to the villagers. So what I usually do is I'll just place one, look for the green particles of them linking to that job site, and if I can't see where it's coming from, go to another spot, try to find where the villager is linking to their job site. But they are not able to link to their job sites unless they're linked to a bed. So we got to make sure to place the beds first. So let's go ahead and actually cancel all of that. Alright, so before we link our villagers to their job sites, they do need to have beds. So the first thing that you're going to want to do before you get these things linked up is placing the beds. So let's go ahead and go back over to where we had our platform. Alright, so now that we're on our platform, we grab our beds. Now remember, it's very important that we place our first pillow or first bed to be linked to kind of in the center. For this iron farm, as long as the center pillow is going to be in that area of where the kill chamber is, and it's not going to affect the spawn rates to go even lower or higher, then it doesn't really matter where we place the bed to begin with. But I like to try to keep it as center to the farm as possible. So the first bed we could place is right here, and then fall down. And then from there on out, just go out and place beds throughout this whole section. And then what you can do after that has been done is remove all the blocks from underneath the beds. Alright, so now that the beds are placed, we can start linking our job sites to our villagers. The way we do that is we just place a job site, we see the little green particles, and we try to find the villager that matches with this site here, which I'm not seeing down here. Let's go ahead and go over here. Aha. This guy right here. Now that he's linked to his job site, now we can go on to the next one. It is really important that the one villager links to his job site before you try to place another one. Because if you try to do it too fast, it can actually cause the villager to not link to their job site, and it can actually mess up the whole system. You do not have to use the... What is this? You do not have to use the fletching table as the job site. You can have it be any job site as long as they're linking to the job, which makes it possible to create all kinds of different trading halls where you could trade with a whole bunch of different villagers and still be able to create this iron farm. This is like literally the most tedious task about the whole iron farm. There we go. At least with these like already created villagers, it's like you can kind of tell because they actually turn into regular villagers rather than working villagers. But it's not always like that when you're in survival. When you're in survival, they're all just basic villagers, and then you give them work. So like anything else, it's always easier on creative. Must be like all the way down here. Yep. Come on. It's gonna be this guy. Of course it's not you. It's gotta be the furthest one away. Come on, it's you. Nope. It's you. Nope. It's gonna be you now. There we go. And last but not least, alright, so now that we got all of our villagers with their workstations, as you can see, we've already got a whole bunch of cats coming in here because of the beds already being placed. That is one of the spawns. Now they're spawning up here on this platform because it's the only platform that they can spawn in other than our kill chamber, but for whatever reason they're wanting to spawn over here. So what we got to do is eliminate some of those spawn sites. Oh, we already got one iron golem already coming in. Perfect. But before any more iron golems come in here, we do need to eliminate this. One of the other ways that we can eliminate spawn sites is by using slabs. So let's go ahead and put slabs up here on this top section here. We don't want any gaps of anything in here. Sorry, kitties. And having a lot of cats in your iron farm is actually really a bad thing. So you want to make sure to not have any cats around because it'll affect your spawn rates for your iron golems. Now, of course, I'm in creative, so doing this is not that dangerous, but doing this in survival would be very dangerous. Be careful when you're fighting your iron golems. To reduce this, honestly, if you were putting these on before you did everything else, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, so now that we've eliminated those spawn sites on the top there, we're going to need to eliminate the spawn sites of on top of our um, workstations here as well. So we do need to get rid of the glass. So let's go ahead and get rid of the glass. So that way we can actually trade with our villagers or have access to them. Where's the trap doors? There. What I like to do on top of my workstations is just placing trap doors. It's enough to eliminate the spawn site, but also allows you access to your villagers if you want to trade with them. Plus, if you ever want to close off one of the villagers, you just close them off with using the trapdoors as well. That way you can like close off certain trades that you don't like or whatever. I don't know. It's another thing you can use with the trapdoors. Alright, so now that all of this is in place, it is fully operational at this point. We do need to make sure that no iron golems are actually in the area. Got to clean them all up, get rid of them. Get rid of the cats. Sorry, cat lover peoples. It's nothing personal, but you gotta get rid of all the cats that are in your surrounding area. And it'll maximize your rates for your farm. Sorry, kitties. I want to make sure that this isn't gonna spawn anything. Alright. So now you have a fully now you have a fully operational iron farm. Your iron golems are going to spawn in here, as well as cats are going to spawn in here. And you're going to start getting a lot of iron, a lot of string, and a lot of poppies. That's the one thing that you get a lot of. That one of the main things that you probably don't really care too much about is probably the poppies. Let me see if I can actually see in here. Alright, so we got at least 17 irons so far, and it's only been a few seconds. We got another iron golem already coming in. Very good farm for your world. Honestly, iron is like one of the main things that I use. I love hoppers, and it's a great way to get iron without having to really stress too much. Have this in your base or near your base. In your world, and you'll be able to collect iron effortlessly, and also be able to trade with your villagers and create a villager trading hall. If you want to create a platform where it's easy for you guys to access your villagers, all you need to do is put the slabs on the lower part of the block around your workstations, or you can go one lower, however it works for you. But I feel like, I don't know, being this low, you might, I don't know. Either way, you need to have your half slabs on the lower half of your block space. That way you're not going to have any spawns of anything in your trading hall. You can have it lower like that, or up higher like this. Whatever works for you to be able to access your villagers the way that you want to. If you guys do like the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new and would like to see more tutorials. Let me know in the comments below what kind of tutorials you guys would like to see here on the channel. Anything that you have any questions about, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you guys all in the next video. Cat lives matter. I know, I always get somebody. Hopefully that tutorial went a lot better than before. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be at least get me busy for 2 videos. And then I do need to do I think that I might be able to look over the towers or whatever and get that video done. What time is it? 1 o'clock. When did I say I was going to start Lego Fortnite? Where's my schedule? Lego Fortnite 3. Because those are like the main ones that I wanted to do, and actually I went by pretty fast. I think I did better on this one than I did the last time. The last time though, I was like doing my editing for my iron farm on both sections, and I was trying to like splice out audios and a whole bunch of stuff, and it was so freaking annoying. It wasn't personal, it's all a freaking game. I had to do it. I should have said, look away, logo. Look away. Police are on the way, huh? Just move them, don't kill them. Oh man. Oh man. It's just a video game, guys. It's just a video game. It's not just a video game. Anyway, yeah, we're doing pretty good already. You don't want to know where this string came from. It's like, you don't want to know. I'm trying to think what other tutorial I want to do, or I might just take a break. Today's been, I don't know, like I feel so freaking tired. Probably should have just scheduled my stream a little bit later. I didn't think I was going to be up so late last night. I did not sleep very well last night. Somebody hasn't seen Wreck-It Ralph? That's a bummer. Wreck-It Ralph is a pretty good movie. I don't know if I like the second one or the first one better. I like both of them though. I honestly don't know if they would spawn on that or not. Come on, there should be more iron golems at this point. Of course, you kind of need like the day cycles for this to work, really. I mean, it worked for a little bit, but I don't know. Why am I scaring you? I would never do anything like that. What do you mean? You're in slap battles and you slapped a dog. Like, is there a character that's a dog? Or, like, why is there a dog in slap battles? Oh, man. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it for this video. I feel like that's going to be a good download Wait a minute, am I recording? Hopefully I'm not recording this. Why am I recording? Stop recording. Oh crap. Well, I guess somehow I actually recorded that whole thing. Well, at least I don't have to download it, I guess. See how it looks for the recording versus the live stream. Alright, well, we'll be back in a little bit for some Lego Fortnite, so if you guys want to join in, what is that going to be in like a couple hours? We'll get that going. Honestly, this got done a lot faster. I probably could do something else, but I don't have anything planned, so I want to make sure that I'm planning for next time. And then I can start working on editing these videos and getting them out. Hopefully they turn out well, and we can get some good views on them. I'm sorry. I'll probably start it a little bit soon, or early maybe. I don't know. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.